Hey folks, welcome back to Arbitrarily Random, where thoughts not so random are coming out of my head. So today I read this book and I want to talk to you about it. What if you opened a book that is titled So Good They Can't Ignore You, but the first thing it tells you that you should do is to forget about your passion? Watch the rest of the video to find out what it says and what it's all about and what I thought about it. So yeah, the book is basically comprised of 4 rules. The first rule that it says you should follow to become so good they can't ignore you is to forget about your passion. It says that the world does not owe you. Just simply because you love something, it doesn't mean that following it will definitely lead to riches for you or gain you a lot of money. So that's the first thing you should do. So what's the next thing you should do, you ask? That's right, rule number 2, be so good they can't ignore you. Now, what that basically means, according to this book, is think about what you love in terms of what value it brings to the world. Instead of waiting for the world to shower you with value and money, think about it this way: what I can do to bring value to this world? What skills or valuable skills can I garner, can I train myself to do that will make me a better person for this world and others will be attracted to it? The book drills further down onto this point by saying that, okay, you choose a skill, but you need to get really, really good at it. And the way to get good at it is to deliberately practice it. So you say, duh, I know what that means, getting good in skills. That I was like, what is this guy talking about? Then he went into this anecdote. It says that he started to learn the guitar basically at the same time one of his friends started to do the same. After some time, about a few years down the line, where they reunite over a cup of coffee or something, they realize that they've both been following this passion of playing the guitar, but his friend is moderately better than him, despite more or less spending the same amount of time practicing the guitar. So what gives? The thing that was the difference there was that while the author loved playing the guitar and spent more time on it, he mostly stuck to the songs that he liked or were more easier for him, whereas his friend started practicing more complicated songs and solo or shredders and stuff, and that made him become so good. I myself personally have the same experience. I love to play the guitar. But just about the same, I stuck to the songs that I liked, or even sometimes not the whole songs, just the part that I liked. And I think that clears things up, what type of songs I'm more attracted to. So that's why I'm not so good at the guitar. So rule number 3 gets even more controversial. It says you should turn down a promotion. What? It says that all we crave in our lives is to have jobs that we love what we do in them and that give us more control. All right, I love to do what I like. About the same amount of time I like to spend on it per day, but then I'd like to have a lot of money to travel around the world, so that's a lot of control, right? It doesn't happen that way. The author says that, Cal Newport, by the way, he is he? The author says that you need to gain more capital before you can gain more control. What that boils down to is essentially you need to earn enough skills, you need to become so good at those skills that it brings you capital. If it's your employer, they want to hold on to you. If it's your audience, they want to be mesmerized by your skills or whatever value you're bringing to them. So it says don't crave that control too soon. You need to become good enough so that you can handle all that. At times, when you are good at something, but then you want to take the next step, your employer offers you a promotion. So this is the time to think more clearly, turn the promotion down politely, and start to follow your dream if that's what you want to do. Basically, repeat everything you've been doing so far up until this point. Does that make sense? Before we jump into rule number 4, don't forget, just before flying into the unknown or taking roads less traveled, you'd better think about financial viability. What I'm doing is it worth it? People might think that, all right, I'm gonna go live in the wild, I'm gonna start building a farm, and I'm going to be so happy in that farm. But then you start doing it, and since they don't have enough capital, since they didn't think about the financial aspects of what they're trying to do, they will basically jump into the fire out of the frying pan. So rule number 4, think small, act big. Basically it says, don't get carried away. You need to think in your head, what's the next best thing that I can add? This is the industry I'm working on. This is what skill I have. These are the edges. You've heard about thinking outside the box, but this is a more practical aspect to it. It says the adjacent unknown. You have this box around whatever skill you're working on it. But then again, there are other people who are working around the same box. There are new developments, there are new ideas out there, and all you need to do is to pursue them, read about them, and see which one gets you more excited. And then you should see if there is a medium that I can grow this aspect, this adjacent unknown, even further in a way that captivates my audience. For instance, if you're working on biology and then there's this new thing, or if you're working on music and then there's this new instrumental thing. Told you I'm not very good at the guitar music thing. And that gets you interested, follow it. Get better at it, understand it, and then try to figure out the best medium, the best way you can bring it to your audience. If it's a blog, if it's a video, try to bring it there, gain the attention of others, work with them and see what's working, etc. And smaller steps at first, and then when you ooch or dip your toes into the water and you see, all right, the water is not too cold or hot, you can take larger steps before diving in. So basically, you're still gaining capital as you're exploring your idea, thinking small, acting big, and at the end of the road, the compound effect will take care of everything else. So what I liked about this book is it's not the usual type of book you would read. It doesn't tell you that you should follow your passion, you should do this, do that, just start doing it and everything will be good. It gives you a framework, and at the end of it, the author will go into his personal anecdote of choosing a university he wants to teach in. So that makes a lot of sense. Basically, he attaches everything to his own experience and gives you a practical look into how these rules would work. I wholeheartedly suggest reading this book to you because there are a lot more than what I could cram into this small video. Just grab a copy and read through it, or listen to an audiobook in your car or whatever. So thanks again for sticking around to the end of the video, guys. I really appreciate you watching it on whatever channel you're watching this. And I hope to see you soon. If you enjoyed this video, leave your comments and thoughts, press that like button and subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell so that whenever new videos come up, you will know about them faster. As always, it's a pleasure. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts, and see you in the next video.